All right, so we floated this way, stopped here, parked way over here, and we fished this area. It was real productive. This is a top view, and you basically have like a cliff back here, and then there's like this huge like rock ledge, and it's a sheer surface, and you'll see in the video. But to the right of the video, there's a cold spring, and there's a rock here, and the current is going this way. There's some debris here with some rocks, and the bottom kind of starts out high next to this rock and then kind of goes down, and same this way, and it kind of forms a little channel in front of this rock that this water runs through. Situation, but this cold spring is another great structural feature, and this cold spring water kind of chills all the water along this bank, even on down the river this way, and that's my next illustration. And so the chief structural feature for this is this cold spring. And then there's these other structural features, like I call this one the Flintstone hut, and it's just two rocks with another flat rock over it, and it looks like a Flintstone hut, like a little house for Fred Flintstone. And if you cast near it, there's typically a fish, like a nice fish that swims out from underneath it and can take your bait. And here's the legend for this. All right, and another one is the fish. Here's the current going this way, and the vegetation will be kind of flowing in the direction of the flow, and a fish will kind of get up, and a bass will get up in the vegetation and hide and ambush prey. So here's an ambush point, and here's an ambush point, and then ambush points all through here. And I think the chief structural feature is the water temperature, and it goes a good way down this bank. And I'm going to, my next graphic will show you the structural features down the bank and how I fish that. All right, got a nice one. Is that a largemouth? Got a little largemouth today? Or is that a nice little... Oh, he's got a dang gill plate cut off. Yeah, it looks like a... That's a nice little guad. All right. Now he doesn't want to play out. Here, he's hooked pretty good. He's got a sore gill. I'm gonna let him. I don't want to injure his other gill. You can see it. He's got a nasty old gill on his. Let's see what's going on with him. Well, he's a nice. He's got some unique colors. I mean, very unique colors. But he got injured. For a Guadalupe bass. Yeah. So he's got like. Let this little injured handicapped fish go. Yeah. All right, so now in the previous graphic, there was like a cold spring, like flowing down here, and this water in here is very cold, and I think there may be another one coming out of these rocks and out of this bank here. And so the water comes this way, and it keeps cool up in here, and then kind of warms out along this part of the river. All right, and this is a different river than the first 3 episodes of this series. Now, this right here is kind of a side view of, this right here. So it kind of gets deep, maybe around 4 feet, close to 4 feet, and these are big trees, and they have like roots just coming out of the ground, and I mean, yeah, coming out of the side and coming up. And that day that I was fishing it, I was throwing this fly called the scorpion, and I was throwing it next to the bank, and I was letting it kind of sink down, and it's like wrapped in foam, so it kind of suspends, and it looks like a little crayfish. And I was getting hits on that. But yeah, so you know, here's the angler, and then here's the fish, and we caught several. Right in this area. And I'm going to post some other videos of some structure too, of where to catch. And these are all Guadalupe bass, you know, caught from this area and the previous area, and some panfish. But what's important is that you have a cold spring that keeps the water along this bank very cool. See, we're literally on the other side of this is the spring, okay? Because in the previous graphic I put that there, and so just to kind of let you know about structure and fishing structure and what to look for. But the key component to this feature of this graphic is the fact that there's a cold spring pumping water in here, and just kind of changing the whole element of this situation.
Yes, right, thanks. You see him? Yeah. That thing's probably 2 pounds. Look how big that, oh my God. Ugh. Damn, big old bass. That thing's huge. Dude, how big do you think that thing is? Do you see him? Oh, yeah. That thing's huge. That thing's gigantic. That thing is freaking huge. That might be a smallmouth. If that's not a smallmouth, that's a huge Guadalupe bass. Is that a black bass? Yeah, like a big, I'm thinking it might be a smallmouth. Man, that thing's freaking gigantic. Look at it. That thing's huge. That's a big Guadalupe bass. That is a huge Guadalupe bass. Here I am complaining about the 3-weight, right? Well, I can't get over that sucker, boy. Beautiful fish. It is. That's a nice fish. Golly. All right. Take off. No, nice bass. Yeah. Nice Guadalupe bass. All right. He's a big one too, man. He's throwing up all of us. See him? Yeah. He's a big one, man. Not huge, but it's a nice fish. Yeah. He likes to fight. On a 3-weight. I guess I didn't bring the 3-weight by accident. Look at him, boy. He does not want to come in. Boy, he wants to fight, fight, fight. Ooh, he's eating them big giant grasshoppers, man. He is. He's like got this huge grasshopper like stuck that he just threw up. Well, that's a nice little guad, man, isn't it? Yeah, they're a pretty fish, aren't they? Yeah. I like them when they have red eyes too. But they got the tooth patch on them and everything. But you got a big old, thank you, sir. Got a big old, well, looks like the 308 was the right rod today. I sure would have liked to have